You wake up with a promise already made. Today is different. No tabs, no excuses, no going back. But later, almost without noticing, your hand reaches for your phone. A private window opens. Minutes disappear. And when it's over, one thought hits harder than the guilt. Why can't I stop, even when I truly want to? If that question feels uncomfortably familiar, stay with me. Before we go any further, you need to hear this. This doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you lack self-control. And it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means something real is happening inside your brain. Dr. Valerie Voon, a neuroscientist at the University of Cambridge who studies compulsive behaviors, discovered that people struggling with compulsive porn use show changes in the brain's reward system, the same circuits involved in drug addiction. Not because the person is broken, but because the brain has learned a shortcut to relief. In other words, your brain isn't fighting you. It thinks it's protecting you. Number 1. Porn becomes a coping tool, not a desire. Have you noticed how urges hit hardest when you feel stressed, lonely, bored, or overwhelmed? That's not coincidence. Dr. Nicole Prause, a neuroscientist who has studied sexual arousal and habit formation for years, explains that repeated porn use trains the brain to associate pornography with emotional regulation, not just pleasure. So porn slowly shifts roles. It stops being about desire and starts becoming a way to escape stress, numb discomfort, silence overthinking. Your brain learns one simple rule. When things feel bad, this makes it stop. Okay, that's why quitting feels threatening, not freeing. Number 2, why quitting feels worse at first. You expect quitting to feel empowering, but instead you feel restless, irritable, anxious, empty. This isn't weakness. Dr. Anna Lembke, psychiatrist and author of Dopamine Nation, explains that when the brain becomes used to frequent dopamine spikes, removing the stimulus creates a dopamine deficit state. The brain doesn't feel calm. It feels off balance, and it pushes you back toward the fastest thing that once restored relief. That discomfort isn't proof you need porn. It's proof your brain hasn't recalibrated yet. Number 3, the "I'll quit tomorrow" illusion. You tell yourself, just one last time, after today, I'm done. Tomorrow I'll be stronger, but tomorrow always turns into later. Psychologist Dr. Mark Griffiths, a leading expert on behavioral addictions, explains that the addicted brain prioritizes immediate relief over long-term goals, especially under emotional stress. So in the moment, quitting feels distant, relief feels urgent, and urgency always wins. This isn't a lack of motivation. It's how the human brain works under pressure. Number 4, shame secretly fuels the addiction. Here's something most people don't realize. Shame doesn't stop porn use. It feeds it. After a relapse, the inner dialogue begins. What's wrong with me? I've failed again. I'll never change. Dr. Paula Hall, a psychotherapist specializing in sexual addiction, explains that shame creates emotional distress which increases the urge to escape, and the brain reaches for the fastest escape it knows. Porn becomes both the pain and the painkiller. A loop forms, and loops don't break through guilt, they break through understanding. If this video is describing something you've struggled to explain to yourself, consider subscribing. This channel is about understanding the mind, not attacking it. Number 5, you're trying to quit the behavior, not the pattern. Most people focus on stopping the action, but the action isn't the root. The real pattern looks like this: stress urge, urge relief, relief shame, shame more stress. Dr. Kevin Skinner, a licensed therapist who treats pornography addiction, explains that unless the emotional pattern underneath is addressed, relapse isn't failure, it's predictable. Trying to quit porn without changing the pattern is like holding your breath underwater. Eventually, you have to come up for air. Number 6, failed attempts change your identity. After enough attempts, something subtle happens. You stop thinking, I'm trying to quit, and start believing, I'm someone who can't. Psychologist Dr. Carol Dweck, known for her work on mindset, explains that repeated failure without understanding can lock people into a fixed identity narrative. Your brain starts protecting that identity. So every relapse reinforces the story. This is just who I am. But identity is learned, and learned identities can be rewritten. Number 7. Wanting to quit is proof you're ahead of the addiction. Here's the truth most people never hear. If you want to quit, your awareness is already ahead of the addiction. Addiction doesn't erase values. It hijacks coping systems. And hijacked systems can be retrained, not with force, not with shame, but with patience, safety, and better tools. Recovery doesn't start with perfection. It starts with understanding. If this video felt personal, you're not alone, and you're not beyond help. Awareness is the first real step, not willpower. If you want to understand how pornography actually rewires the brain and how that process can be reversed, watch the next video on your screen. There is a way out, and it begins by stopping the fight and starting the understanding.